All right, what's up, you guys? I've had a winning day, and I'm very thankful for this one because I was on a losing streak, and for a second, I was starting to question whether I really knew to trade or not. I know it sounds silly, but like losing streaks will do a lot to you mentally. And the best thing to do in a losing streak is just to take things slow and wait for the markets to come to you, and of course follow a process or a system or a strategy or your edge, whatever you call it. It's all the same thing. um but let's do this trade recap. Let me make my face smaller so you can see. As you guys know, my white lines is support and resistance. I used to draw my lines on a 15-minute time frame, but I just switched to doing it on the hour time frame, the 1 hour time frame. And that's where I now draw my white lines. I still draw them the same. I draw them where the candles close. I put the white lines at the body. And I think switching to the 1 hour just makes it so I have less lines on my chart and it's a bit cleaner. And also, since it's on the 1 hour chart, they're more important than the 15-minute time frame ones. But yeah, that's the only thing I've really changed. And then the zone that I took the trade off of was this 3 hour demand zone right here. And at the time, this 3 hour demand zone was like, we were bouncing off of it at the time, which is why I really like this zone. But to like keep things short, the 3 hour demand zone right here is the only zone that really matters today. Okay. I marked other zones, of course, but they don't really matter. I think this one down here is like a 15-minute one. Yeah, this one. But let's go back to the 5 minute one. Actually, let's go to the 15-minute time frame so you can see what I was looking at. Okay, so the first 15-minute time frame, let me take off this VWAP so it's cleaner. I do use VWAP, but it's not like I use it to take trades off of. It's just there so I know it's there. I don't know. I don't really use the VWAP for much, just to know that it's there. Okay, so I'm gonna take it off for now because it really didn't help me with anything today. But I always wait for the first 15-minute candle, mostly because there's always going to be some type of fake out in the first 5-10 minutes, most of the time. Okay. And today, I mean, it just went up and down. And I'm pretty sure this is the third day in a row this week where the first 15-minute candle closes out undecisive and it doesn't say much, right? So I was like, damn, this sucks. Market is probably going to chop today. But I was like, all right, I'll give it a bit of time and see what happens. So my plan was, instead of waiting for a momentum break or market structure to break, I want to wait for confirmation candles, because if you look at this price action beforehand, it's pretty choppy, especially the first 15 minutes of market being open. It was going up and down. So when you see the market like that, what I like to do is wait for confirmation. And my confirmation is candle closes. Most of the time, I would get in immediately after a break of this 50% line, but I chose not to, again because of the price action beforehand. But once this 5 minute candle closed below this zone, plus below the 50% zone, yes, it's the 3 hour demand zone, but again, I'm not expecting price to always bounce off of demand zone. I'm expecting price to make somewhat of a big move at supply and demand, because there is a bunch of orders there. Nobody knows if there's a bunch of sellers or buyers. At the end of the day, it's just going to be an area where there's a lot of aggressive buying or selling. Okay? So yeah, this was literally my confirmation candle. Just this 5 minute candle close outside of the range. Sorry, not well. I guess yeah. I guess this was a range outside of the range, below my 50% line and outside of this zone, right? But I didn't get in immediately because I wanted to see the candle kind of pull back. Maybe I could have gotten a better entry that way. That's what I was thinking. So I didn't get in immediately. The candle pulled back a little bit, and then once it went back down and broke structure, or like, I saw it gonna push down, I went to sell immediately. I took this with 5 micros, had my stop loss at 100 ticks, risking 250. At one point, I was up like 750 around here, but I did lock in a 1 to 2 just because like I've been on a nasty losing streak. I want to lock in the money that I make. I wanted to hold in, not hold in, I wanted to hold this trade originally, especially once I saw this 5 minute candle close below this 15-minute demand zone. So I was like, okay, let me, let it breathe a little bit. I put my stop loss around here because I wanted to see price come up and then kind of reject this 50% line right here and then come down. That did happen, but I got wicked out. So it is what it is. This definitely would have been like just a beautiful trade to hold. I probably would have gotten, yeah, 1,000 ticks. Shoulda, coulda, would have though. Like, I know next time I see this same setup with good volume, I'll definitely hold that winner for, I don't know, who knows how long. But yeah, I mean, I feel like today was definitely needed, especially after losing for a couple of days. This just keeps my head up basically. But yeah, I'm doing pretty good on the accounts. I think I'm up around 2,000 on them. My balance goal for my top step accounts is 4,500, so I only need to make $2,500, which you never know. Maybe I can make it in 10 minutes. Maybe I'll make it in a week. I don't know. I'm not going to give it a certain amount of time. I'm not going to force anything, cuz then that's going to be me chasing price, and you guys already know where that leads to. So, I am planning to get a 10K payout this, next round of payouts for my accounts, but it's not something that I want to rush. I already got a payout with these top sub accounts, so I don't need to rush anything. I already got my, investment back from the accounts and more. But now I'm just I'm relaxing. I'm really, I'm like on autopilot. I don't want to force anything. I don't want to expect anything. I'm taking it very slow, and I'm very confident that I'll get that 10K payout because of that, because I'm not expecting it at a certain time of the day or whatever. Like, I'm not rushing it. And I think not rushing things and taking things slow, not paying attention to your P&L will definitely help you become a better trader, because then you'll be focused on the actual candlesticks, on the actual market instead of your P&L. But that's all I got. If you guys have any questions, let me know. If you want to trade live with me, link is below. Or if you want to get on a call with me, also link below. And thank you guys for watching.